more about Islam than most people. I was born Muslim. Not just I knew that Fatiha happened before I went to school. You know what I mean? I knew Islam before I went to school. My dad used to make, when I had a dad before, I had to pray 5 times a day. My dad was one of those. My dad, how you gonna name 2 of your kids the same thing? Like, you know what I mean? Mind you, I didn't know he was my brother. We grew up around each other. He was a block away from me. I didn't know he was my brother. He used to bully me.
Tell me what you know about the hood life.
Where did you get your rap name from?
The first person called me Oschino before was some girl named Stink from 46 and Brown Projects down there. She used to live down there. She always wear mosquito clothes all the time. You know what I mean? It's like, you Oschino, that's all you wear. And it's just like stuck. And it's like, damn, so it's kind of stuck like that. In the Vasquez, they called me that before I had the Oschino. They used to call me Vasquez down north when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I had my nicknames went from Daddy-O to Old Head. They used to call me Old Head when I was like 12. They called me Old Head.
You was an old head at 12.
That was like my nickname, Old Head. They said I used to act like an old head. You know what I mean? So.
You was ahead of your time.
Yeah.
If it's not too personal, I want you to talk about like the origin of your name. I was told that you have like a Islamic name, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I got an Islamic name. I don't ever tell nobody my name because I just like, I mean, they know enough about me already. So, but I just didn't like my name because it was too different. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never used it ever, bro. Listen, bro. As a kid, I changed my name. As a kid, bro. Listen. As a kid, I changed my name into what I wanted to be. I mean, but it's so crazy. I had a brother with my dad's name is the same exact thing. I mean, he died. He passed away though. But I mean, my dad, how you gonna name 2 of your kids the same thing? Like, I mean, mind you, I didn't know he was my brother. We grew up around each other. He was a block away from me. I didn't know he was my brother. He used to bully me. I hated him at first. I found out he was my brother in 3 months before he died. Yeah.
So how was that for you, like growing up?
I grew up real messed up, man. But it's so crazy. When I grew up, I didn't feel like it was messed up. But sometimes I felt like it was the bad situation. But most of the times I had like friends, and it was like regular shit. Everybody was having it hard. But as an adult looking back, you're like, damn, like, you don't got no mom, no dad, nobody looking about you. It's like, you mean. But see, when you really like in foster care or nobody don't care about you, you don't. So say you got a kid in the house, right? He said, I hate this house. It's just because he keep trying to get attention. When you really don't give a fuck about you, you don't say all that. You really trying to get it because you know nobody don't give a fuck about you complaining. You don't get to say I hate this house. Nobody don't give a fuck if you say you hate. You gotta really sit there and think like, how can I get out this situation? So as a kid, I was always thinking like, how can I get out this situation? How can I like just become anything? You know what I'm saying? So
I respect that. So I want to talk about some of the, Philly is like heavily Muslims and a lot of us Muslims, and I really want to talk about Dr. Umar made a statement, and I feel like a lot of people go through this.
Why do I got to learn Arab language to worship God? Why do I got to eat like the Arab to worship God? Why do I got to dress like the Arab to worship God? This is not the worship of God. This is the deification of Arabic culture.
He said he was raised in a Muslim household, but he left it because he didn't understand, and then other reasons where he felt like we was. So I'll say, for you, what's like your reason?
I'm gonna tell you like this. This is how I look at religion, right? Religion. People say they're religious. They're not religious. You see people in thobes. You see people with look how they act. They're not religious. They're not being religious, right? They don't even have no thoroughness in them. One time they try to be thorough with the cameras on or somebody looking. They got no thorough bone in their body. They don't have no conscience. None of that. So you can be any religion you want. If you like that, it don't matter whatever religion you say you are. You still look like a sinner and you're not living like God watching you. Yeah, man, we all do wrong stuff, but some people, they do the wrong stuff that's like, there's some stuff a person that's really religious not capable of doing because of their conscience. I mean, so I don't really care if you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish. If you're a bad person, it don't matter what you are. I mean, and I think if you're a good person, God see you're a good person, because at the end of the day, nobody really died and came back and said, well, this is what happened. I mean, so I could never sit there and argue about somebody what they belief is, because when they die, they're going to have to deal with that. When I die, I got to deal with it. You know what I mean? So I never go like down, oh, you this and you that. And, people sit there and tell you like, hadiths, they'll tell you about chapters in the Bible and all this stuff, right? How about be a nice person? How about if you know all that, be a good person then? How about that, love your brother, want one for your brother, what you want for yourself? How about that? They don't do none of those things. They want to talk about because you know why? Everybody want to seem right. And everybody want to seem righteous. Instead of being real and being like an honest person about like, man, I don't know about this. I got doubts. I don't know. I mean, I could easily act like I'm super Muslim. I'm pretty sure I know more about Islam than most people. I was born Muslim. I knew that Fatiha happened before I went to school. You know what I mean? I knew Islam before I went to school. My dad used to make me, when I had a dad before, I had to pray 5 times a day. My dad was one of them. He wasn't one of them people like, yo, you had to pray. My dad, the first thing he told me, he's like, yo, remember, you love Allah more than you love your mom, your dad, your kids, everybody. I'm like, Who was a lot? I mean, as a kid, like, so this in 1984. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa was Muslim. But my thing is this, but I see people that's Muslim do worse things than everybody else. You know what I mean? But everybody in Philly want to be Muslim because it seems cool to do. You probably ask them somebody Islam, they don't even know. You probably tell them to pray, they don't even know how to pray. You know what I mean? But it look cool to be a Ethiopian, it look cool to be Muslim.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand where you coming from, and that's definitely up to, you know, the people in the community.
But see, people been Muslim now to be a fad. It's a fad. But I remember when I used to wear kufi when I was a kid. I used to hate it because they used to make fun of me. Where's the brim to your head at? They used to say, where your brim at? Where your brim to your head? I used to hate wearing it. Like, I mean, so my thing is this, like, so people now, it's a cool thing to do. It's cool. People be Muslim, like, I mean, but like, when you really Muslim, you can't do nothing. You can't smoke, you can't drink, you can't listen to music, you can't do a lot of things. You're not supposed to, rather. You mean, you gotta live if you want to be a strict, devout Muslim, right? And I know I don't have the capabilities of being a devout Muslim. I don't think I have the capabilities.
Let me stop you. And I understand everything you coming from. And like I said, I say Islam is perfect and man is not. You feel me? And we ain't gonna get into it.
No, we can get into it deep because I'm with the religious talk because.
I feel where everything you coming from, but I feel like the whole key and the point and the reason why Islam was sent for man is because the Creator, you know, understand man is imperfect and the natures of man, and at the end of the day, you're gonna sin for the rest of your life. And I'm not saying that, you know, hopefully you don't, but what I'm saying is it's in man's nature.
But what's the difference?
So it's not about sinning, and definitely, and we're gonna get into it. It's not about sinning, but it's about coming back and continuously to repent. Because you understand that as a man, you're not perfect. And that's the whole point where I feel like a lot of people, as far as it's more so about the repentance.
What's the difference between that and a Christian?
Now,
You can do the same thing and being a Christian.
No, I got you. Now, the main difference as far as, because the main difference between Christian and Islam, and like I said, everything you said was right as far as knowledge and then really being up on it to be able to speak properly and intellectually and quote the Surah. So I'm not going to, but I'm going to just speak on some real shit. The difference between Christianity and Islam, as far as Christianity does not believe in the last prophet. The same thing the Jews didn't believe in Jesus as a prophet, so the cutoff. The Christians didn't believe in Muhammad as the prophet, peace be upon him, so it's a cutoff. So that's why you see the top 3 main religions in the world are sort of connected, but it's a difference. Now, it's up to man to take the time to compare and contrast each and figure out whichever one is best fit for you.
But like, my thing is this, they could all be wrong, they could all be right, right? But my thing is this, a devout Christian, right, and a Muslim that's not devout, right? In Islam, they say a person, if you're not Muslim, you go to hell, period.
That's not true, though.
That's what Islam say. That's it is.
All right, then look, I'm gonna ask you this, and I'm gonna switch the topic. What's the surah and the quote and the text from that?
It's a known. It's just like a known fact.
Nah.
You tell me.
Now look, now I'm about to agree, and this is where my fault is, and I totally understand, and this is why I got everybody got to get up on their shit in the signs. Because when we having these,
I'm saying. So you telling me it's not true?
I'm about to get you.
No, you telling me it's not true?
I asked you this.
No, I'm asking you. Do you know? No, I'm asking you. You saying it's not true?
I asked you to show me the exact fact in Surah. So, you feel me? So what I'm saying.
So you don't know that it's the common knowledge?
What I'm saying is.
I'm asking you. Do you know that that's common knowledge?
What I'm saying is, I can know for sure is.
I'm telling you.
All right, so look, I was going to actually cut this part out, but I done some research myself, and I also got 3 different perspectives. And the crazy thing is, the same day I was walking to Rec Philly, and I seen this bull on like 8th and Market. He's out there just preaching. I meant to record it for real, just so I could put it in the video. But he was just out there preaching with a speaker, preaching about the gospel and all that, and people just walking by looking crazy. So I say all that to say, I just challenge everybody to pick up the text, whatever book you believe in, the Bible, the Quran, and do your own research and see what it says for yourself. You feel me? So therefore, I don't even like getting into these debates, but I know it's great conversation for the people, and I value Oschino's opinion and his view on the whole situation. So do your own research.
a devout Christian, a person who truly believes in a book and follow their book. Now, you can't be a hypocrite, which a lot of us are.
Islam don't say
A lot
that.
of people that say that they're Christian, but they don't go to church or follow their book, which makes them a hypocrite. Now, if you a Christian, you follow your book, and you in the church and all that shit, when your time is for judgment, you judge off of your intentions. You feel me?
According to Islam, all non-Muslims are going to hell.
What surah is it? You got to go to the
I
surah.
mean, but you don't know that. I mean, you should just know that though. You should just know. You should just know that though. Like, so the fact that you ain't know that, like, you're supposed to just know that. If they say in Islam, they say if you're not Muslim, you're going to hell.
Who said I was Muslim though?
Are you not Muslim?
I never said that.
Are you not Muslim?
You feel me?
Are you not?
I
So you are. Oh.
We talking about that off camera. You feel me? One thing I try to not get too much into is religion, politics.
Islam, the Quran states that those who have disbelief
Well, look.
are definitely for hellfire.
So look.
Some stuff is just not worth. I mean, like, so what I realized, because some of our PD ain't come right. PD ain't come either right. The two niggas that I helped get on, like, they, I mean, PD won't be on stage.